Hi, my dear students. Again, I'm very happy to welcome you all for this wonderful video session. In this session, we are going to learn the chapter 13 Python and CSV files. So, before entering into the subject or this chapter, we have to know what is CSV file. CSV file, it is just like as an Excel file. We are able to, in this chapter, we are going to read the CSV file and write the CSV file with the help of Python programming. That is what we are going to do with this chapter. Python has a vast collection of library inbuilt functions, which means it has number of inbuilt library functions. CSV is one among them. So CSV model, which gives the Python programmer the ability to parse CSV files. Here parse is nothing but separate. So first we have to know what is CSV files. CSV files, it is nothing but it is a human readable text file where each line contains a number of fields. Those number of fields separated by commas or some other delimiters. Those number of fields separated by commas or some other delimiters. So you can assume each line is a row. Each line is as a row, and each field is as a column. Now we are going to learn how to create in this chapter, how to create or how to read or how to write or create CSV files using Python programming language. That is what we are going to cover in this lesson. So introduction: CSV file is a human readable text file where each line has number of fields. That should be known as CSV file here. So this is what the example of CSV file. Each line has number of fields that should be separated by commas. See here, this is what the best example for CSV file. So that in this lesson we are going to learn how to read and how to write CSV file with Python programming language. So next one is difference between CSV file and XLS file formats. XLS is nothing but Excel formats. So first one, Excel is a binary file. Here CSV is a plain text format with a series of values separated by commas. But here the Excel is a binary file that will holds all the information about the worksheets and including the both content and the formatting. Here in CSV file it doesn't have any content and doesn't have any formats. XLS files can be read by applications that have been especially written to their format. We are able to read the XLS file with Excel application only. We are not able to read the XLS file in other application formats. CSV files can be opened in any format. It can be opened in any writer, it can be opened in Notepad, or it can be opened in Excel. Whatever the thing we want to open the CSV file, that should be available here. XLS is a spreadsheet that saves files into its own proprietary format. It is a spreadsheet format. XLS is a spreadsheet format that files should be saved into their own proprietary format in XLS or XLSX. CSV is a format for saving tabular information into a delimiter text file with the extension of CSV. We should save the CSV format with the extension of .csv. XLS consumes more memory while importing the data. While you're going to import the data from one type to into CSV, sorry, XLS file, it consumes more memory. But importing the CSV file, it consumes very less memory and it is very faster compared with the Excel file. So next one we are going to see purpose of CSV file. Purpose of CSV file, it is nothing but for what purpose we have to use CSV file. To import the data into the tabular format, to store the data into the tabular format such as a spreadsheet or database, we have to use CSV file. Since they are plain text, they are easier to import the CSV file. We are able to import the CSV file into a spreadsheet or another storage database regardless of the specific software you are using. What application you are using, that is not matter here. Whatever the software you are using, we are easily to import the CSV file into that particular software. You can open CSV files in a spreadsheet program like Microsoft Excel or in a text editor or through a database, which may make them easier to read. We are able to open the CSV file into Excel file or into Microsoft Office Word or into Notepad, whatever the software, we are able to open the CSV files. So next one we are going to see how to create a CSV file using Notepad. To create a CSV file using Notepad, you have to open Notepad. Open your Notepad in your desktop. Here first we have to give fields, which means names for names of the fields. I'm going to give here name, standard and section. Each record should be separated by comma. Comma is a default delimiter here. Okay, so just I'm going to give 12th A B comma 12th A C comma 12th A. At last, when I am going to save this CSV file, you have to save. See here, I am going to save my CSV file in my desktop. While you are going to save your CSV file, it should be saved. It should be saved with the extension of .csv. So here I am going to save one .csv. Yes, save your file. See here, one is there. Just close it. Yes, one is there. See the icon of this one. It contains as an XLS file. Whenever you are going to open your CSV file, it should be open in Excel spreadsheet by default. Excel spreadsheet by default only. So see here, after opening that, see here, this is what I have created there. Yes, this is what known as CSV file, and it should be open in any application. You are able to open in any application itself. Just right click on that to open with the other formats. Right click on that particular CSV file. So see here, Microsoft Office, Excel, WordPad, Notepad is there. Now I am going to open WordPad. Yes, the data is here. Suppose if you are created as Excel file, this one, you are not able to open this Excel file into WordPad. That is the main advantage of CSV file. CSV files can be opened in any software. That is the main advantage of CSV file. So here, see here, Each and every field has what separated by comma. If the fields of data in your CSV file contain commas, you can protect them by enclosing those data fields in double quotes. If you want to give comma within your fields, you have to give that within double quotes. Those commas are part of your data. These commas are part of your data, will then be kept separate from the commas which delimit the fields themselves. The commas which is used to delimit the fields, because which is used to identify the fields. So name is the name, A is the name, B is the name, 12 is the standard, A is the section, such, which is used to delimit the fields. So next one, I would like to open your book. Next topic is creating a CSV file that contains comma with data. Suppose if you want to get a result like this, it should be written in the notepad. It should be what created like this. See here, I am going to make copy and paste. I have copied. Open your notepad. After opening the notepad, you just save this one, sorry, copy this one. After that, save. Here give your name 2.csv with the extension csv. Save it. So again, see here, 2 is there. It should be a type, because of copied this one, it shows like this. See, if you want to create a CSV file that contains comma with the data, if you want to create a CSV file data with comma, with separated by comma, it should be within the single field. Within a single field, if you want to give one more data, it should be given within double quotes. See, the Mylapore and Chennai has a comma in between them. If you want to create a field like this, it should be given within double quotes. Yes, let me try. I'm going to delete this one. So open notepad. Here have to give name, standard, and ATD address. Okay, A 12th within the double quotes have to give, but sometimes it should not work. Last year when I taught them, for the last year students, it should not work. So here I am going to give Mylapore, CHENNAI, and B 12th T Nagar, CHNNAI. Enough. Save your program. 2.csv. Yeah, it is here. 2.csv. Open this one. Yes, see here, between them Mylapore and Chennai, T Nagar and Chennai, it has a delimiter comma. If you want to give a delimiter comma within a single field or within a single record, that record should be enclosing within double quotes. Okay, so next one, we are going to see if you want to create a double quoted data, if you want to create a double quoted data like this, see here, favorite sports are given or enclosed within double quotes. So if you want to create a double quoted data like this, that should be given within double quotes, that should be given within double quotes. See this, like this. Yes, it should be given within triple quotes. That should be given. It should be given with as a double quoted data within the double quotes. Within the double quotes. That should. I mean, that is very important thing here. See here, I would like to create this one. The same thing I am going to create. So Control N to create a new one. Name, comma, standard, comma, fair sports. SPORTS, sports. So here I would like to give a comma 12 standard. I wants to give more than one favorite sports for the persons, but that favorite sports should be enclosed within double quotes. If you want to give the data within the double quotes, that should be enclosed by double quotes. That is very important thing here. So that you have to give like this. Three double quotes you have to give. This is different one and this is different thing. Okay, so see here, I'm going to give CRACKET, cricket, comma, football, BALL, and again it should be given like this. Yes, enough. No need to give address. This for your reference only I have given here. Next one, B, comma, 12 standard, comma, double quotes. This double quote is for creating the data within double quotes. And next one, I would like to give different tennis, comma, VOLLEYBALL, volleyball. It should be given within triple quotes. Next, you have to save your file three.csv. So after that, open your file. To open your file, you have to double click on that. Yes, see here, the record has been separated by commas and enclosed within double quotes. Have to create a double quoted data that should be given within double quotes or even triple quotes. Okay, this is the format. Have to create a double quoted data separated by commas. So next one is, while creating a CSV file we have to follow some rules. 7 rules they have given in a book, have to follow. Each record row of data is to be located on a separate line. See here, this is what known as record. These records located on a different or separate line delimited by a line break. Line break is nothing but each and every record has been typed as an individual line, so that they are telling this one as a line break. After entering the first record, if you want to create the second record, you have to press line break. That is, line break is nothing but you have to press enter key. Okay, so this symbol is for pressing enter key. Next one is the last record in the file may or may not have line break. If you want to stop this one as your last record, no need to press enter key. That is the second point they have given. The third one is there may be an optional header. Header is optional only. This is what header. Roll number, name, favorite sports, address. This is what known as a header. That should be optional. That should be optional. Line appearing as the first line of the first line of the file with the same format as normal records. This is also going to be same as the same formats as normal records. The header will contain names corresponding to the fields. So this is also going to have names, roll number corresponding to the field. Field is nothing but what is the data we are going to give corresponding to that. The fields also have some names. The header also have some names. That is optional. In the file and should contain the same number of fields as the records. See here how many number of fields are there, that much number of header also will be there. This is what we have to follow here, and this is an optional thing only, not a mandatory. So next one, within the header each record there may be one or more fields separated by commas. Spaces are considered part of a field and should not be ignored. The last field in the record must not be followed by comma. For example, red and blue, red comma blue. This is the fourth one. Within the header and each record, within the header, see here, within the header and each record, the thing should be enclosed within. There may be one or more fields separated by commas. One or more fields separated by commas. What they are trying to convey, the information is spaces are also considered as a part of your data. That should not be recorded. That should not be ignored. If you have given spaces between the records, that should be also considered as part of your data. That should not be ignored. Here comma and double quotes is also your part of your data. That should not be ignored. The last field in the record, see here, the last field while creating a CSV file, notepad. A is a name, 12 is a standard, and A section. While creating last record of your data, record of your file, it may or may not have comma at the end. No need to give comma at the end of the data while creating a CSV file. That is what the fourth point they are trying to convey here. Next one is fifth one. Each field may or may not be enclosed in double quotes. Each field may or may not enclosed within double quotes. If fields are not enclosed with double quotes, then double quotes may not appear inside the fields. So no need to give all the data within the double quotes. If you want to show the data within the double quotes, at the time only you have to give the data within the double quotes. If you are not giving the data within double quotes, that should not be enclosed with double quotes when you show the data to the users. That is what the fifth one. Next one is fields contain line breaks. CRLF, carriage return line feed. The expansion of CRLF is carriage return line feed. Double quotes and comma should be enclosed in double quotes. For example, CRLF nothing but Here is written line feed. Here is written line feed. It is nothing but if whenever going to give CRLF, immediately the cursor will be placed into the next line or into the same line as a first one. That is what known as CRLF. Fields contain line breaks. It may contain line breaks, double quotes, and commas should be enclosed in double quotes. Whenever you wants to give comma within a single record, that should be enclosed within double quotes. That is the second rule. Next one is, if double quotes are used to enclose fields, then the double quote appearing inside a field must be preceded with another double quote. Suppose if you want to create a double quoted data, if you want to create a double quoted data, that double quoted data must be enclosed another double quotes. That is what the seventh point. These are the rules we have to follow when create a CSV file. Next one, we are going to create a CSV file using Microsoft Excel. To create a CSV file using Microsoft Excel, have to open Excel, EXCEL, open it. After open that one, name here standard and SEC section, and here give the details for name, standard and section respectively. Standard 12th and here A. After that, save it. While you're going to save, 4 dot with the extension CSV have to save. I would like to save my file in my desktop. Save this one, close it. So again, minimize all the things, don't save, no, and see here 4.csv. When I'm going to open this 4.csv, yes, this is the format of CSV. So you are able to open this CSV file. So again, I'd like to create another CSV file with Excel. Name, standard, A, 12th, again 12th, here B. Enough. And I'm going to save Excel file and select your destination place to store that one. Here I would like to give 5 dot, no need to give. Here you have to change the CSV format, and while you are going to create a CSV file with Microsoft Excel worksheet, the default save as type is Excel workbook. Here you have to change the type. See here, you have to give this one, CSV comma delimited format. After that, here you have to give CSV. Now you have to store, you have to save this one. Here you have to give OK and give yes. Close this one, give no, yes, 5, and this one has been saved as a normal Excel file. So you are not able to open this one in another or through other application software. So see here, we are not able to open this one with other application software, but whenever you are going to, after creating CSV file, you are able to open those CSV files with the other application formats. Open with WordPad. See here, those details has been separated by commas. The expansion of CSV is comma separated values. Next one, we are going to see Microsoft Excel to open a CSV file. So already I have explained you, whenever you're going to open a CSV file, that should be opened in Excel file only by default. If you are getting open with prompt when you are going to open a CSV file, you are able to open. See here, this is a default format. When you double click on that CSV file, it will be open. Sorry, it should be opened with Microsoft Excel format only by default. Suppose if you want to open in another formats, in other application softwares, just right click on that. A pop-up menu will be appeared on your screen. From the pop-up menu, open with option will be there. With the open with, when you select open with option, a sub menu will be appeared on the screen. From those sub menus, which one you want, that should be clicked here, that should be selected here. This is how we are able to open the CSV files with Excel or other file formats or other application software. Suppose if you want to open in another way, just open CSV file, open Excel file. From that file, open option will be there, and after that, giving the open option, just click here. From that file, you can use this one option also, open option also. Yes. Next one we are going to see read and write a CSV file using Python. Hereafter only you are going to learn how to read and write a CSV file with the help of Python programming language. The CSV library contains the objects and other code to read, write and process the data from and to CSV files. From to is nothing, you are able to read the CSV file and you are able to write the CSV file with the library functions of with the Python library functions, read, write and process. We can use two different functions to read a Python, to read a CSV file using Python. One is CSV modular reader function, another one is dict reader function. Two different ways we can use to read a CSV file through Python. One is reader function, another one is dict reader class. First we have to open a file and we have to perform read or write operation and close. We have to close the file. So Python has a built-in function called open to open a file. See here, it has a built-in function called open to open a file. This function returns file object. This is what called as file object. This is what known as file object. Here it should contain the file name and path where the file has been stored, and this is just the file name with the format only, and this is full path in which colon or in which disk drive they have saved this file. We have to specify the full path. While going to use a CSV file, we have to denote the mode also. We have to denote the mode also, whether you are going to read function, whether you are going to perform read function or write function. We have to denote that one also. Or A. R is for reading a file, W is for writing a file, and A is for appending a file. At last, we have to specify the mode of the file also. The default is reading in text mode. Default is reading in text mode. In this mode, while reading from the file, the data would be in the format of strings. In CSV file, the default mode is text mode. In that text mode, the default mode is reading mode, not writing mode. While you're going to write a CSV file with Python, it should display the information. It should display the information in the format of strings. On the other hand, binary mode returns bytes, and this mode to be used when you are going to open an image file only, non-text file. Whenever you are going to open a non-text file, at that time you can open those files with binary mode. Next one we are going to see Python file modes. Already I have explained you, reading is the default mode in text. And next one, if you have denoted R, you are going to read a file. W is for writing a file, writing a new file with the help of Python programming language. Later I will teach you how to write a file with the Python programming language. Next one is X. X is for exclusive creation. Open a file for exclusive creation. If the file is already exist, the operation fails. This is for creating a new file. If the file is already exist, this is for opening a file exclusively. If the file is already opens, the operation will be failed. Next one is A. A is for appending. At the end of the file, existing file, at the end of the existing file, we are able to create or we are able to insert a new one. That is what the main usage of A. T is text mode. If you are giving T, that should be open in text mode. If you are giving B, that should be open in binary mode. Plus is for updating the record, reading and writing. Plus is for combining two different modes. So next one is Python as a, this is what open the Python files with the mode. First one, open sample.txt. This is equivalent to R or RT. Excuse me. Next one is open. I'm going to write a file in the name of sample.txt. Next one is I'm going to open as a image file with R plus B, read and binary mode. Python has a garbage collector to clean up unreferenced objects, but one must not be rely on it to close the file. Garbage collection, it is nothing but unwanted spaces will be collected by Python. Unwanted spaces can be collected by Python garbage collector. Next one, it will not close the file. It will not close the file, that has to be rely, which means it will not close the file like this. Instead of that, it will collect the unwanted spaces or unused spaces from the file. Whenever you are going to open a file with open, it should not entirely save. When you are going to open a file, you have to add another statement called with, so that whenever you are going to open a file with open, you have to use with open. Then only whenever you are going to close the file, it should be close the file properly when you use with open. If you are using open alone, it will not close the file properly sometimes. And when you are going to use with open statement to open a file, no need to give or no need to call the close function explicitly. When you are going to use open alone, at the time you have to give close, but sometimes it is not safe because it will not close your file properly. So that whenever you are going to create a CSV file using Python, you have to give open with only. Okay, so CSV modules reader function. Here I am going to use csv.reader method to read a file, csv.reader method to read a file, csv.writer method to write a file. The reader function is designated to take each line of the file and make a list of all columns. This function, this csv dot reader function intrude into all the lines and it will catch up all the lines and it will make a list of columns into the output column. And using this method to read the data, you are able to use different formats like double quotes. Double quotes is the default delimiter. These are all known as delimiters, and you are able to use pipeline and comma also. Pipeline function which is used, the pipeline delimiter which is used to skip the initial spaces. Skip the initial spaces. The syntax for CSV reader is, they have given CSV reader. Here you have to give file path. File path is nothing but in which disk drive, in which disk partition you have stored your, you have saved your file with the name, with the extension, and after that you have to give delimiter and FMT parameters. File object passes the path and mode of the file where you have stored and what is the mode, CSV mode or write mode or read mode. CSV file that should be going to read in read mode or write mode or binary mode. We have to specify here. Delimiter is an optional, we can give whatever we want, that is optional. Suppose if you want, if you don't like to give the delimiter, that is not mandatory, you can leave as an empty thing. FMT params is also optional one, which is used to and the FMT params which helps to override the default values of the dialects like skip initial spaces, quoting can be omitted. If initial spaces, I mean spaces are there in front of the data, that should be omitted by using FMT params. CSV file we have to open with the delimiter comma, and we are able to open a CSV file with the space at the beginning. We are able to open the CSV file with double quotes data, and we are able to open a CSV file with the custom delimiters. Custom delimiter is nothing but as the user what designation or as the user wish, they are able to open a CSV file. See here, this is the data. Now I am going to open this CSV file. See here, first I would like to give Control X. I am going to make a cut paste for this one. Here I would like to create a new folder, and here I would like to give PyPRG, Python programs. So within this I would like to save this file 2.csv, and now I am going to open this 2.csv file through Python programming. So see here, here you have to IDLE to import the library functions of CSV, have to give import CSV. See here, we have to importing the CSV function library function into Python programming language. Give Control N, here give import CSV, and after that here we have to give with open we have to give within the bracket, you have to give within quotes where I have stored, you have to specify the path here. In E colon I have saved the file. See here in E colon I have saved the file, so that here I have to specify the path. E I have to give double slash I have to give the double slash. Afterwards I have to specify the path in which folder I have saved the file. See here I am going to give that one also. Here PI P or G, and after that I have to give the file name 2.csv. I have to close double quotes, and afterwards give the mode. Yes, write mode should be given within the single quotes. Sorry, read mode have to be give within single quotes, and afterwards have to create another variable to read that one. So here reader is a variable. I am going to call the CSV reader function. I am going to call the CSV reader function. Here at last I have to give as F. Here I have to give as F. Why I have using the F here? Because whenever you are going to call this function, call this statement, no need to call the entire statement. Instead of calling the entire statement, simply it is enough to call this F. So for that I have to use here reader, READE, or reader is a variable, and here I have to use the CSV dot READE or reader function. Within that, here I have to use F. Sorry, capital F. So these details are very important. And next one, they have omitted a line, print row they have given, because row did not created as a variable here. I have to create a variable called row. So see here, for READE or reader in row has to be created here, because you know very well what is the use of for. The for statement include into the reader object. So in reader object, in CSV reader file, I have what specified this F, so that this file has been stored as a F1, so that this CSV reader function include into the path, and it will read the entire file, and it will make a copy the entire file into CSV. So that I have created for statement. For statement will be included into the reader function, and after including the reader variable, it will collect each and every line and fetch into row. And finally I have to give print row here, and I have to save this one. At last I have to close my f.close. Close this one. Now I am going to save, and here CSV I have to give CSV READ, CSV read dot py with the extension py I have to give. So now I am going to run this program, execute this program. Press F5. Expected and internal intended block, so that here we have to give a block. So now I have to give So again save, again. So no file in such directory because there is I made a small mistake here. I have to give double quotes, sorry, colon. I have to give here. Save it again. Run this one. So again it shows an error. Row is not defined for reader in row. So in that line I have made a small mistake. Don't worry, we will rectify this one. For row in reader, I have given as a what different one. Here I have to give for here instead of reader I have to give here I have to give reader reader. Again run it. Yes, name standard address they have given, that is what the details I have given in that. So why it is not showing the data? Because I have closed the file, so that I have to remove the close function. After that, yes, run it again. Yes, because if you closed the file, the contents of the file will not be displayed. This is how have to read a CSV file with the help of Python programming language. So see here, I would like to open that file. Yes, 2.csv. This is what the details I have given there. Yes, I would like to open this CSV file in other application softwares. Open with the WordPad. So see here, I would like to minimize this one. So yes, this is the output of my CSV file. So see here, name standard. Whenever we are going to open a CSV file with programming language of Python, that output would be displayed. That output that those file output would be displayed as a list only, not like this, not a normal plain text. When we are going to open a CSV file with other application software, that should be open as a comma separated values. But if you are opening a CSV file with the help of Python programming language, those details will be opened as a list only. See here, name standard address open as a list, and the details has been opened as a list. So students, this is how we have to open or read a CSV file with the help of uh, Python programming language. So next one, CSV files data space, CSV files data with the spaces at the beginning. See here, and I have created these files as a normal file, but see here, for these two data, for topic 2 and topic 3, there is no spaces at the beginning, but for the topic 1 data, it has some spaces at the beginning. How we are going to leave the spaces at the beginning? That is what we are going to do here. So the same thing we have to give here, but here we have to give extra line. CSV dialect, which is used to, what is the use of CSV dialect? CSV dialect which is used to pass the I mean to give the white space or to remove the white space, we have to use skip initial space. Skip initial space which is used to remove the white spaces after the delimiter. By default the value of the skip initial space is false, but we have to give true to remove the skip initial space. And next one, dialect csv dot register dialect function, and it is another function which is used to describe the csv file, describe the csv file that is to be read. How the csv file is to be read, that is what described by the csv dot register dialect function. So see here, I am going to use this csv. So here I have to give, save this one, press F5. Skip initial space is true because it should be removed the space at the beginning. Now I would like to give false false. After that one again give, press F5. Again it shows the same thing. So I would like to create a new CSV file for doing the operation. For that, open Notepad and here give or the details for CSV file, name, comma, address alone enough, a. Here give some spaces, and here give PBL, or again give B, give. Okay, so save your file, and within the enter time I would like to save, because within the pipe PRG I would like to save here 1.csv. Afterwards go to the destination folder, see there 1.csv is there. So here I would like to give true, true, and here one. Save your file, execute your, see initial spaces are there. Now I would like to give here as false. After giving false, you come to know what are the changes they have. No, nothing is happened here. In dialects, the parameter skip initial spaces is used for removing white spaces after the delimiter. After the delimiter, the skip initial spaces which is used to give the, leave the or remove the white spaces. And next one, CSV file with the double quotes. So I would like to do the same thing. Here we are going to read a CSV file with a double quoted. So sorry, so, make a copy of it and open Notepad. Here Notepad, open Notepad. So here have to change your font, and here give double quotes by manually, because it shows some error while reading the file. For the two sides have to give the double quotes by manually. Yeah, it has been given. Again, I would like to save the same program with the same location. Here three 3 dot csv. Close this one and open your Python programming language. Here see, again we have to give some codes in dialect quoting. It should be given this level. It should be given to open a double quoted data. Quoting should be given with csv dot quote all. See here, to open the double quoted data in Python programming language, it should be given csv dot quote all function should be given. So here I would like to give this one. So first let me try without giving that one. See here, I would like to remove this one line, and here I would like to give three dot csv. Save this one, open this one. Yes, see, it should be displayed with the double quotes itself. To remove the double quotes, we have to give this one. So I would like to give this one within my programming. Here you have to give that one. So save this one. After that, but they have given no need to give this one, but in your book they have given a wrong output. Whatever you are giving within the csv dialect, that should be given, that should be displayed as the same thing. Okay, so next one, csv file with the custom delimiters. Here you are able to give uh, with your wish, with your willness, you are able to give with your custom delimiters. Yes, so you can read a csv file having custom delimiter by registering a new dialect within the csv register dialect function. You are able to give new dialect format. So again I am going to give the same thing with custom delimiter called pipeline. So in the above, in this program I am going to use custom delimiter called pipeline. Use this when you are going to use this custom delimiter pipeline, it should be considered as a column separator. So see here, you are able to here I would like to run another one. Yes, this is what the exact result of 2.csv file without using pipeline delimiter. Now I would like to execute the same program with the pipeline, I mean custom delimiter. Yes, save this one. Okay, by manually I would like to type this one, csv dot. So here we have to see register, csv dot register dialect dot regist or register underscore dialect dialect. Within the bracket I would like to give my dialect. After that I have to give delimiter delimiter or delimiter, and after that is equal to pipeline. Pipeline is a custom delimiter. Now I like to save. Afterwards So the same result we can get. There is no what difference between the results. This is what the exact output of that one, but we have used different uh, file what I have created to read that one. So next one we are going to read a specific column from a file. So see here, I would like to read a specific column from this file. So two files are there, or I would like to read a specific column from 5.csv file, 5.csv file here. Okay, so 3.csv file here. For that I have to use different function for see here, print call 0 call 3 I have to use, or whatever you want to, which column I want to read, that should be used here. Okay, so for that we have to use these two lines here, use these two lines here. We have to make some changes here, and I'd like to remove this one line, this line, and no need to remove this one line here. Instead of this line I would like to remove, I like to give another line to read particular columns for COL in reader, reader, because reader function, reader variable only I have given here, give this one, and here we have to give COL 0 comma COL within the bracket 3. So here I have given THREE within the 3.csv file. I would like to uh, read the particular columns, first column and the fourth column, or I would like to read the second one. Yes, control S, execute this one, missing parenthesis in the call to print. Did you mean print? Okay, so here parentheses are missing. Yes, we will see in a book they have given us a wrong one. Here we have to give parenthesis. Save and again execute your file. So again range has been given as a wrong one, so we will open. So we have to give the different range. We have to see the error message, trace back. Out of range. So column range have to give differently. Control S, again we would like to save this one. Yes, serial number alone has been retrieved. See here, because we have only two columns, serial number and the codes, so that it has been given error. So here we have to give COL, this is the range from first column to second column I would like to read. So save it. Yes, again the same thing, and I would like to read the codes alone. I would like to read the codes alone. So for that I have to give this one. See here, afterwards, yes, the codes alone has been retrieved from the CSV file. This is how have to uh, read the what different columns from the file. So next one is read a CSV file and store in a list. Here we are going to read a CSV file and that CSV file should be stored in a list. Okay, so the same thing we are going to do here. So here I would like to remove this one. In file is equal to where I have stored, that should be given e colon double slash pyprg, because this is the path of my file, and here I have to give thre3 dot csv, and here I have to give open is my f is my variable, open with here in file has to be open, because I have specified a path here only. I have specified my path to the variable in file, that should be open in read mode. And next one is reade or reader is equal to csv dot reader function. With the help of reader function I am going to open my f. So next one, to store the data into a list, I have to create a list here. Array value, array value is equal to empty list, and afterwards we should append those details, those files into the array value list. And next one, for row in reade or reader, and this is the important thing, this is the important line, to store the CSV file into array value dot append, append row, because the row is a variable which I have used in for, that should be included into the variable reader, because here I have read the file 3.csv file with the help of CSV reader function, and that should be given within reader variable. That's why I have used for loop. Within the for loop I have created another variable called row, that should be included into the CSV file. So after including to the CSV file or reader variable, it should catch up the details line by line, and that should be appended into the array value list. And finally I have to give print row, and don't close your program. Yes, so now I would like to execute this one. Yes, it should be saved into a list. So next one, we are going to read a CSV file and store a column value in a list for sorting. We are going to store the values into a column for sorting the files. Okay, so the same thing we have to give here, but a small additional functions we have to give here. So here I am going to use next function. Here I am going to use next function. So next function, which is used to skip the first row. First row means it should be skip, because of giving skip or next, because of using next function, it should be skip the headers. Headers means this item, cost and quantity, because if it is added into the data file, it should be also considered as a record, and it should be also include to sort, so that we have to give next function. Because of giving next function, the headers will be removed for sorting operation. So the same thing I am going to give here. Instead of that, I have to use next function. So here after this one I have to use next function. Because I am using next function, the header should be removed. The header should be removed. So array value is for appending the values into the variable array value. So here I want to give a is equal to int input, which line has to be added into the list to sort. Int input within the double quotes enter or enter the column number column column number column number 1 2 2. Next one, here again we have to give, so for row in reader there is no, and here afterwards I have to give another function to sort the array value dot sort function I have to use to sort the columns. Okay, so next again I have to use another for fo or for row in a array value. Next one is here execute your invalid syntax because I have given unexpected intended block, so it should be like this. Yes, one small, because it shows a different output. It should not like this, it should not be like this. Here I have to give row of a. Here I would like to give, I forgot to give, now it will be okay, I think so. Again run your program, give one, yes, but it should be repeated. Again run your program, f5 0 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 like this. So it should be sorted like this. First column, first value should be started 1 1 1 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 like this. It should be sorted into the list. So next one is, but this is not the desired output, it shows a different output, so it is not a desired output. After reopening the school we will rectify these errors. So students, with this I would like to conclude today's session. Remaining topics will be teach in the next classes. Keep on watching the videos. Thank you for watching the videos. Thank you all. If you have any doubts, don't hesitate to call me, clarify your doubts. Thank you all. Thank you for watching the videos.